Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Golden Era here with your Golden Wrestling Convo. It is the day before Money in the Bank 2016. I hope y'all having a good time. I hope y'all chilling. I'm chilling. I'm like sitting on my bed. I got a bottle of water. I'm just chilling the fuck out. And if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna talk shit for a good 15 minutes. So of course, the first big news is the whole Jerry Lawler incident. Um, it's sad. It's sad. Uh, you would hope that those that are in the limelight would not do such things and that they would be upstanding citizens. But he's still a human being, and I ain't gonna stand here and say that it's right what he did, like domestic violence and shit like that. You deserve to go to jail for that kind of shit. You shouldn't do that shit. I myself have gotten in a few fights here and there, but somebody called the police and the shit went down. I wasn't there. I don't know what the fuck, but I can't say that violence is okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's a mistake. But he's a sports star. The guys aren't the best fucking role models. Never have been, never will be. They're not the smartest human beings in the world. They make mistakes. They're not fucking superheroes. Even though they're dressed up as and they act as, they're not actual superheroes. Humans make mistakes. That's the reality of the world. And I'm usually able to let it slide unless you murder somebody. You know what I mean? And it seems like he got into some beef with his girlfriend or whatever. They had a little squabble or whatever. They got into a fight, and hey, that's on them. That seems like a personal issue. Um, I would hope that the woman in that situation gets the fuck out of that relationship, and I would hope that Lawler fucking gets the mental help he deserves. You know what I'm saying? Because he shouldn't be hitting women. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in hitting anybody. You know what I mean? But hitting women is definitely a big no-no. You know what I mean? Like, the only time I think that would be okay was like if you're into some kinky shit and she then like, hey, whatever. But apparently it wasn't some kinky sex. It was just like straight up there was beef or whatever. So Lawler's been suspended. I'm hearing suspended indefinitely. And real talk, it makes sense for his character to go out this way. His girlfriend was like 40 years younger than him, which makes sense with his character. He was always big in the down south, so character-wise, it kind of makes sense, and I'm not even mad. I wouldn't be surprised if this was kayfabe, and I know a lot of you guys are like, "Oh, you think everything's work," but I wouldn't be surprised because there's a lot of fans from the older generation that still want to believe that the personalities are real and that the fights were real and things like that. And Lawler is from that era, and I'm sure that a lot of wrestlers from back then, they want to keep as much kayfabe as they can. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was a work. They're supposedly both in jail and whatnot. They'll just probably pay bail and get the hell out. What's done is done, and then WWE suspends him. His career comes to an end. They let him go, and it makes sense kayfabe wise. Now, do I think it was kayfabe? Probably not. I don't think the law would get involved. But what I am trying to say is, if it was, and if it comes out, somewhere down the line that it was, I wouldn't be surprised because it does fit the character very nicely. But perhaps this is one of those situations where the character they portrayed on TV was just really how Lawler always was. Maybe he just really was a womanizing, kind of guy. You know what I mean? You never really know. Hey, what can I say? Memphis, shit. I don't know what went down there, but I expect Lawler to get fired for it. He deserves to be in jail, and the woman also deserves to be in jail. There's no reason to start fighting. I mean, we're civil here. You know what I mean? Like, be civil. Fuck. Anyway, so yeah, Money in the Bank's tomorrow. I don't remember all the matches on the card. I'm not going to talk about all of them because I honestly don't give a fuck. I haven't really been watching Raw and SmackDown and shit like that. I'm more interested tomorrow in the NBA Finals, which I'm rooting for the Warriors because they have Steve Kerr as a coach, and Steve Kerr used to play for the Bulls. Therefore, go Warriors and fuck LeBron. And I'm more interested in Game of Thrones tomorrow as well. We got the Bastard Bowl. Jon Snow versus Ramsay Snow. I swear to God, they did a better job hyping that fight than WWE has done with any of the fights tomorrow. The Bastard Bowl is more WWE like than the shit WWE is putting out right now. Fucking Ramsey Snow raped Jon Snow's little sister, and all this crazy shit's been going down. They seriously did a really good job of hyping that shit up. But obviously WWE is not fucking. It's not, on HBO and shit, so they can't really get away with all the shit that they can get away with in Game of Thrones. But anyway, back to the card. Obviously, as you see from my thumbnail, the main event, in my opinion, the match I give the most fucks about is AJ versus John Cena. I think it'll be a great match. I think AJ is currently the best pro professional wrestler in the world. I stumbled a little. That's because it's kind of difficult to say that. Hiroshi Tanahashi is out with injury right now, which is a big reason why I would say AJ is currently the best in the world. Okada's in a program with Tetsuya Naito, which has been very entertaining. But depending on how their match goes down in Dominion, I think it's pretty much a toss-up between Okada and AJ right now. And if I had to pick somebody, I would probably pick AJ. I think Kenny Omega is also in the running. Maybe even somebody like Roman Reigns. Nakamura hasn't been having the caliber of matches that he's supposed to be having. He's been having a lot of matches that only went about 5 minutes. So I would have to say AJ is probably the best in the world. Right behind him is Okada. And then it becomes really difficult. But with Tanahashi being out with injury, that's a big reason why I can say AJ is the best in the world right now. And I think this match will get at least a 4.5. It'll probably be about a 4.75. I think Finn Balor debuts. I've been saying that for like the last 3 pay-per-views. So we'll see if I finally get this one correct. And I think AJ wins. I think AJ beats John Cena. Yeah, I think AJ wins. In controversial fashion, but I think AJ wins. And I think this becomes like a thing where Cena has an off day at Money in the Bank. Like if you remember back in 2011, Cena lost to CM Punk. And historically they can just say, oh, well, Cena's just had bad luck at Money in the Bank, and that's how they'll push the whole his losses or whatever the fuck. The 6-man ladder match, I got Dean Ambrose winning. I think that's fairly obvious that Dean Ambrose is going to win that. I would rather, like, personally, I wish Sami Zayn would win. I wish Kevin Owens would win. But I think Dean Ambrose is a shoo-in. I think that's obvious. I think Roman versus Rollins is the most unpredictable match of the night. If I had to guess, I think it will be in the high 4s. It would be a 4, maybe even a 4.75, maybe even a 5, depending on how hot the crowd is. And I think this one can really go either way. I can see Rollins winning and becoming the super hot heel to face the super hot face of Dean Ambrose, and then Reigns somehow still being involved. I can see that happening. And then they'll have some sort of program at SummerSlam with the Shield, with Rollins as the heel, and then WrestleMania will, have Reigns win again. Hooray, Reigns, or some bullshit like that. I can see that happening. I think it's really tough to guess here. My heart wants to say Rollins is going to win, even though my brain says that Roman is going to win. But I'm going to follow my heart, and I'm going to say that I want Rollins to win. Therefore, I got Rollins winning. The tag match, I think the club wins. I don't think New Day wins. I think the club wins probably by pinning like the Vaudevillains or something. I don't think they pinned the New Day, but I think the club wins that. I think Becky Lynch and Natalya beat Charlotte and Dana Brooke. I made a joke earlier on Reddit while discussing wrestling with the rest of the wrestling nerds out there that Natalya was going to turn on Becky, and they were going to become like the blonde bombshells. It was going to be Natalya, Charlotte, and Dana Brooke. And I hope that they don't do that dumb shit, because that's fucking dumb. But I see Becky picking up the victory after pinning Charlotte. and they'll probably go forth with like what the fuck was their name? PBC or whatever the fuck. They'll probably try to make them like hate each other, and they'll do like a program with all three of them. Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer newsletter was saying, because you hear the kids screaming, he was saying that we may be surprised by the tag match, by the women's tag match. So here's to hoping. I think Sheamus beats Apollo Crews. I know a lot of you may not want to hear that, but Sheamus just had a big movie or whatnot. I think Sheamus wins that. I think they go forward with the program much like they did with Baron Corbin and Ziggler. I don't care about Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler, so I'm not going to even guess. I could give a fuck less, and neither one of them gains anything from winning the feud. Neither one of them loses anything from losing the feud. It doesn't fucking matter. The Lucha Dragons are going to beat the Dudley Boys, but who fucking cares? Kalisto is just US champion and now he ain't shit. Like, what the fuck, WWE? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Titus O'Neil will beat Rusev. Titus O'Neil will beat Rusev. He will be the US champion. There's no reason to have Rusev as US champion again. Even when they first gave the belt to him, everybody on the internet was just saying John Cena was going to take it from him. But apparently John Cena is not going to take it from him. So that means somebody's got to take it from him, because he's already held the US champ a long time. And he's already had a lot of programs with that belt. So it makes no sense for him to have the belt. So more than likely he was just a placeholder to pass the belt along to somebody else. And I think that somebody else is going to be Titus O'Neil. I think Titus O'Neil wins the belt. And I think that's about it. I think the ladder match has some potential to be okay. By okay, I mean pretty great. I mean like 4 stars and higher. Roman versus Rollins has a lot of potential. And AJ versus Cena has a lot of potential. As always, I'll be back here with my ratings of all the matches. I don't know about this one, guys. Like, I know I'm supposed to be all excited and I'm supposed to make you super happy and all that bullshit, but like, you know, it's the NBA Finals, Game 7, and it's Game of Thrones tomorrow. Like, WWE is just, it's shit our luck, because that's a lot of fucking TV, and I don't know if I'm still going to be able to be excited for it. Am I excited for Cena versus AJ? Yeah. Do I think Finn Balor shows up and the Bullet Club finally starts to become a threat? Yeah. I think that's highly likely. I'd put that at 95% that Finn Balor shows up and we get the Bullet Club dominating, and that's why the club wins the tag titles off of New Day. And then basically the whole show is to build up the club. That's the way I have it booked in my head. I'm unsure if that's what they go with, but that's what I think they go with. I think more than likely Reigns retains, even though I want Rollins to win. I think Ambrose is the obvious pick for the ladder match, even though I don't want him to win. And that's pretty much what it is. As a fan who hasn't watched Raw and SmackDown a lot, because I'm getting fucking bored of it. I look forward to it. I'm going to watch it. It's just that it's third on a long list of shit to watch on Sunday night. Like, there's a lot of fucking shit to watch tomorrow. And it's difficult to be excited for the thing that's the C show. You know what I mean? The NBA Finals Game 7, that's A. You know, Game of Thrones is B. And you got this at C, and it's kind of difficult to be excited. It's a very strong C. It could possibly be higher, but you know, it is a streaming service, and I do get to fucking watch it whenever the hell I want. So I'm not in any, you know, I'm not forced to watch it when it happens. I'm excited for AJ carrying the match like he has been. I think Roman versus Rollins will be great. I think AJ is going to put on another phenomenal performance. As I said, AJ is probably the best in the world right now. I'm excited to see Finn Balor's roster debut, all that stuff, you know, I'm excited. It's just that I'm kind of burnt out. It's been way too much wrestling. The draft is this Monday, which means even more wrestling, and I don't really know how much longer I can go on this stuff. But like always, that's my review. That's what I think will happen. If I didn't mention it, it's because I didn't fucking care. Breeze is a star. I don't care what fucking program you put him in. Tyler Breeze is a star. V for victory and peace.